your number one choice. There it is, local radio personalities Johnjay and Rich.
Please welcome Arizona's morning show host Johnjay, Van S, Rich, Berra, and Carrie Moten.
You know him as half of the dynamic duo Johnjay and Rich, Arizona's radio morning show since 2001. With their show now reaching more than 1 million loyal listeners in 10 cities, Rich Berra can be deemed extremely influential and genuinely one of a kind.
I'm from the Midwest. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, where they make beer, lots of beer. That's where I grew up, and that's kind of where I got my taste for radio, because it was either really hot or really cold. And I grew up in sort of a mixed neighborhood, so I heard rock music and dance music, and that's sort of what kind of got me interested. And my first job was when I was 14 in radio. I just moved to a different part of town in St. Louis, and I was a big radio listener anyway. I loved the radio. I loved music. So I was flipping around, and I heard this radio station, and I heard the address, and I'm like, well, that's not too far from where I live. 14, I just rode my bike up there in the middle of the day, and I think they were a little amazed that some kid punk just came up there, so they gave me stuff to do. I would volunteer, and I ended up on the air. When I was 14, I just fell in love with it. By the time I was about 17, I was actually running the radio station, and then got a job in St. Louis at our actual radio station, not a little rinky-dink one. And I worked overnights on the weekends and helped them out in promotions and clean grocery stores so I could continue to work at radio while I was going to school.
Welcome back to a very special edition of Let's Ask America. Right now, Johnjay and Rich from 104.7 KISS FM, the #1 drive time show in Phoenix.
This is Johnjay and Rich. They're KISS in Phoenix. They're the two best DJs.
The radio sensation started back in 2001 when both were looking to be part of a team to take over the airways. And boy, did they take over. Now Johnjay and Rich are infamous for not only getting the best celebrity interviews, but for their special weekly segments like Second Date Update, War of the Roses, and Rich's annual favorite, Christmas Wish.
The job would be Christmas Wish, when we help little kids that wouldn't have a Christmas. And this year we're really involved in the foster care community. I mean, that's changing lives for forever.
When Rich isn't changing lives on the radio, he's changing them by rocking out with his band, Johnny Anonymous, around the valley.
You know, for me, music's a great outlet, and the show is one creative outlet, and music is another one for me. So it's about having fun, and I think if you're a music person, if you're a musician, you almost have to go out and play. I'm a big believer in chasing stupid dreams. I think the wilder the dream is, the more you should chase it.
We're Johnjay and Rich, the morning show.